Hi, this is Ken of Rist Innovations. Today, let's talk about another one of my popular sellers at craft shows. It's a bottle stopper. So it's made on the lathe, and it's very popular with my customers. So let's find out how to make it. I start out with this block of special wood called Spectraply, and it's made from dyed layers of birch laminated together. It's about 2¼ inches long by 1.5 inches square. The end is perpendicular to the sides of the piece. First, we need to find the center of the piece, so I will use this center finder. Next, I use this awl to put a small hole at the center. Now it's time to mount the piece on the lathe in this 4-jaw chuck. I add a tailstock with a small cone at the end so I can center the piece using the small hole I put in it with the awl. Then I tighten everything down. Now it's time to drill a 5/16 of an inch diameter hole about 1 inch deep. Next, I remove the chuck assembly so that I can add some super glue into the hole to strengthen the fibers because this is soft wood. This will make it better to add a threaded hole using a 3/8 of an inch by 16 teeth per inch tap. You will see why we need to do this in a minute. I use the lathe to keep the tap aligned with the hole so it goes in straight. Here I'm measuring the diameter of the tooling, which is the same diameter of the bottle stopper, so I can use the tooling as a guide to know what size to make the piece of wood at that end, because the bottle stopper is going to be screwed into that end of the piece of wood. I attach this threaded tooling to the workpiece so I can mount it to the lathe. Next, I manually rotate the workpiece to make sure it won't hit the tool rest before I turn on the lathe. I use my roughing gouge to turn the rectangle into a cylinder. You can tell when the rectangle has been made into a cylinder because the gouge doesn't bounce when you rest the gouge on top of the workpiece. I move my tool rest closer to the workpiece to minimize the gap between the workpiece and the tool rest. I continue to taper the wood so that it is the same diameter as the tooling on the one end. Next, I'm using this spindle gouge to round over the end of the bottle stopper. Next, it's time for sanding. I start at 120 grit and I work my way up to 400 grit. Now it's time for finishing. I apply 4 coats of a gloss wipe-on polyurethane. After the polyurethane dries, it's simply a matter of screwing the stainless steel portion of the bottle stopper into the end of the wood. If you like this video, I have another video on another popular product that I make for craft shows. This is also made on the lathe, and if you'd like to find out what this is used for, please check the link here. Thanks for watching.